Hey, this is Michael Gellin with MJ Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing this radar detector. This is the Uniden R3. I've been using it for about 4 or 5 months now, and I actually like it a lot. It's pretty quiet, except you know, I feel like K-band is obsolete, especially where I am in Maryland. No one really uses it anymore, so there's no point in actually keeping it on. I've never seen a cop using K-band. Well, it could be that it went off and there was a cop and I didn't find the cop, but I've never actually found the cop that used K-band. Now KA, on the other hand, it helped a lot for. So I'm really considering turning that off. But I do like all the options that it has. It has tons of options that I really do like. For example, the low speed muting, that's nice. And they also have, see right now it's K, and I don't think there's any cops anywhere close. But there's a mute memory button, which is nice. So especially if you have the R3, you have GPS, then you can lock it out. That's really nice about it. Another thing that I really cannot stand is that if you are on the highway and you're driving 75 miles per hour and it detects that there's a red light camera on one of the overpasses or somewhere close, then it will start saying that you're over the speed, and it doesn't shut off after a second. It just keeps on making noise. It'll just keep on going, like it'll continuously make that noise, and it will not stop. That's what's very annoying about it. So like, because I set it up that after a second, I don't know if you noticed, after a second the noise stops, because it's very annoying. So after a second, the noise will stop, and that's nice, because you know, most of the time it's a false alert or whatever, or I'm talking on the phone and I don't want it to bother me. But also at the end of the cable that this is attached to, there's a mute button, which is nice. And there are 3 modes: highway, city. I barely ever use it in the city because I'm mostly just using it for when I go on the highway. In the city, I don't really see a lot of KA anyway, and I'm not usually going that much over the speed that it makes a difference. So there's that. And a few other things about this radar detector. I really like the functionality of it. There are 2 mounts. Usually I'm using the traditional mount, but there's also like a regular phone holder looking mount, which holds it like that. You can use whichever one you want. I like this one better because it's smaller. Mine is not mounted pretty low. I would tell you to mount yours higher if you have the option, because that way you can get a lot more of a range. But honestly, this gets so far, like I don't even need that far of a range in order to be able to tell if there's a cop near me. I prefer it lower, so that way I don't have to integrate my wire into the car. I had to integrate my dash cam wire, but my regular, you know, this wire that I have is a regular, goes into the cigarette lighter, and I only use it when I travel far away. So I would recommend that if you want to get it higher and get it integrated, that's always a better idea to, you know, to get it put into the fuse box automatically. There's all tutorials. You know, Vortex Trader is, I guess, my mentor, or not my mentor, my you know, he's the person that taught me everything that I know about this radar detector. Now I'm giving my own opinion, that, you know, I think KA is the only one that really matters, and you know, K just hasn't really been a factor for me ever. Like, I'm just picking up all these, you know, annoying stuff from K. But for the most part, this radar detector is very quiet, and I really do like it for that reason. I really like it, that it's quiet for the most part. So I want to put that out there. And yeah, the R3 over the R1, you know, I don't know.
Watch out, construction on road ahead.
I don't necessarily know that you should spend the extra money. I did, but I got the better one, but I didn't, you know, I don't think it's necessarily worth the R3 money, because, you know, the GPS lockouts are only on K-band. They only make a difference on K-band because KA is always a cop. So, and I really like how many options there are. You can change everything. I can see my speed, I can see the direction I'm going. I like the fact that I can see the direction that I'm going northeast, because my car does not have a compass, which is very annoying. So this is nice to have. The speed, I have a Honda Civic 2010, which records the speed on it digitally, so I like that. And you can change it to like a wave, which is completely useless, like it doesn't tell you anything. And I never use that. Or the time, which is also to me useless, because I have a clock right here on my car. So yeah, but other than that, there are a lot of other options. The color, you can change the how long it silences after, the volume, You could, the best thing is you can tell by the noise if it's K or KA or laser or whatever. You can set that. That's nice. And that's one of the things that are very important, I think. Worth the 400 bucks, 300 bucks. What else is very important that it has? The muting, low speed muting, the I don't know. Also, it's I don't know, from everything that I've read, this one's much better, and I've only tried this one ever in my life, and I like it, so I would recommend it for those who travel a lot on like highways and stuff. But if you're going to be in town, I don't know, the K is very annoying. The filtering is not as good as I would want it to be. Like, you would need really good filtering to take out all the stuff, because there are so many different things. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. I hope I helped you make a decision about this piece. I know I took forever to decide, and I finally just went for it. You can always buy it from like Amazon and return it. That's what I did. I bought it from Amazon, and I'm like, hey, I like it, I'm gonna keep it. So shout out to the Amazon guy that actually went and sold it on Amazon, because I couldn't find it anywhere else, because it wasn't being sold. Like, everything was back ordered. But it's worth it, and they always update the firmware, which is nice. And there's also a headphone out jack, I think. I don't know. But there are also 4 buttons at the top, and I wish I can like take it off and show it to you, but I'm driving. So yeah, have a good one.